Hi, I'm Jim Peckham. I'm pleased to be back here. I'm the Executive Director of Fish here in Carson City. Many people refer to us as friends in service helping, and sometimes we take the fish and actually refer to it as providing food, independence, shelter, and health care to the people in need. If you recall from past times when I've been on, we provide services to people in Carson, Douglas, Lyon, and Story counties. And we provide all kinds of services. We have our food bank as well as a dining room. We provide referral services. We've got homeless shelters. We also have a medical clinic, the Ross Medical Clinic. We provide showers, laundry facilities, all kinds of different services to the people in need here in Carson City, which we've seen continue to grow over the last several years since the economic downturn has hit us. In fact, we've grown about 145% in the services we provide. At this point in time in the year, we're very thankful that we're not in the Denver area where they've got fires and other catastrophes that are creating problems. We keep those folks in our prayers, but we still have plenty of issues here just with the high unemployment rates and the homelessness. And in fact, right now we're seeing even more and more families that are coming for services. Kind of unusual for fish is that almost 50% of the people that we serve are now children. And now that school's out, those numbers tend to get even higher because there's not the school lunch programs and the breakfasts and things of that sort that the school district would normally provide. So the need is continuing to be out there. And again, thank you to all those in the Carson City area that have helped us throughout the years. And just to reassure you that the need is still there and we continue to need the help. I've been spending a lot of time talking with different service groups and different organizations and trying to educate people about what fish is all about. So many people think we're just a thrift store, but the reality is that the thrift stores provide about 45% of our income. In addition to that, we get about 5% of our income from federal grants, and then 50% of our income come from donations from the community. So it's from grocery stores, it's from individual donations, it's from foundations that are local. In fact, very recently, we just received a grant from the Community Foundation of Western Nevada up in Reno that continues to help support the services that we provide. And as I was indicating, as we go through the community and answer questions and solicit support for our organization, a number of things have come up. We've been in the newspaper a couple of different times letting people know that we're in the process of a capital campaign. We have a very large mortgage, $1.7 million we currently own on our property, and we're looking at trying to refinance that. The original loan was for only 10 years, and we're fast approaching it, and we're trying to take advantage of the lower interest rates. And if we're able to do that, we'll save over $90,000 a year in interest payments that we can then put back into the community and provide for more people that are in need. As I've been educating people about this program and making people aware of what we're going on, people are surprised to hear once again that we are more than a thrift store. And I've got a short PowerPoint, just a few slides that can help get that message across that much better. So if we can go to the first slide, this will be a slide of the whole complex in Carson City. Again, most people think we're just a thrift store, but in reality, in the thrift store building, there's a dining room as well. Across from the dining room is our food bank, where we're providing hundreds and thousands of meals to people that are hungry and can't quite make it through the month with the food that they have. In front of that is the client services area, and that's where most of the processing goes on. Client services area is critical as we trying to help people become more independent. In that area, we have folks helping to set goals for people so that if they come to us with need, if we expect them to start moving towards self-sufficiency, taking steps, if you will, to help and better their lives. And it might be as easy as applying for food stamps or going to take a free interviewing class or applying for Social Security benefits or getting an ID from the DMV. We've set a number of these different goals into place. In addition to the Carson City complex, we also have our homeless shelters. We've got a homeless shelter for men, a homeless shelter for women, and then we have 6 transitional shelters that are meant for families with children. Even in those facilities, we set goals. We provide training and require the residents to go through training so that they can, once they leave our organization, be that much better prepared to go out in the community. So we're doing an awful lot to try and coordinate our activities, help people to be able to get on their feet, and again, to try and reinvest into our community so that people who have had a need will eventually be able to help support those with needs in the future. On the next slide, we'll talk about a little bit of some of the accomplishments that we've had at Fish. We're very proud to have been voted as the best nonprofit in Carson City in last year's Nevada Appeal Readers Poll. We ask that this year again, if you have the opportunity to vote in that poll, to look for Fish, both as a thrift store, as the best thrift store, and the best nonprofit in Carson City. We thank you for that. As I mentioned before, we've grown about 145% in the total number of clients that we've served over the last couple of years, and 40% of our clients are children. Fish is also currently partnering with local dentists to help remove abscessed teeth. That'll save over $400 in emergency room costs by helping to provide that to the homeless and the people without insurance to help get the infections out of their mouths so that they can function on a daily basis and eat and things of that sort. On the next slide, it talks about the fact that last year we provided well over $800,000 worth of food back into the community. Again, a lot of it comes from the canned food drives, from the supermarkets and others that help to support us, but an awful lot of that food goes out into the community and helps folks. We've also dedicated over $30,000 toward diabetic care. So we're keeping, we've got currently 90 patients, and we've been able to keep them all out of the emergency room. In addition, we've developed dignity cards, which I've talked about in the past, which are intended for the community to get from Fish and to hand out to people that are panhandlers. So if they have a legitimate need, they come and we provide the services. If on the other hand, they're just looking to put $5 in their pocket, hopefully they'll go to another community where they get more than just business cards. So we ask people to continue to distribute those to the panhandlers that they come across throughout the town. And something else that we're doing is we're starting to coordinate with the other nonprofits to try and reduce duplication of services. We're developing a new database that'll provide churches and other nonprofits with access so that they can determine if someone's knocking on the door asking for a handout, whether or not they're a Fish client and what kinds of goals we've set for them at Fish, so they can help reinforce those goals and make sure that people can be that much more independent and successful on their own. On the next slide, what we're trying to do as a part of our capital campaign is provide memberships for the community. What we're looking for is people that are willing to stand up and donate up to $500 as a family to Fish during the year. Companies and other organizations, $1,000 in annual donations is what we're looking for. And anyone who contributes $10,000 or more will get special recognition and special plaques. Given that this is the first year that we're doing this program, people would be considered charter members. And so if donations are made during 2012, they become a charter member and they'll have their name permanently on plaques in all of our thrift stores, as well as in our administrative offices, and some wall art that is specially made to honor those people that are donating to Fish. So we'll also list people in the newsletter and the newspaper, and obviously if there's a need for confidentiality, if people don't want their name broadcast, we're happy to take care of that, and we're happy to work with people through planned giving. If they want to provide a contribution every month, every quarter, things of that sort, we're happy to work with people on that. So again, on the final slide is just back to our complex. So many people think we're just a thrift store, but really we have a number of facilities. We do pay a mortgage, and we do have all those processes that most organizations would have, where there's payroll, utility bills, have to pay people to do the work, as well as frequently have to purchase an awful lot of food and things of that sort to make up for some of the things that aren't donated, especially high protein issues, chili and hamburger, tuna, canned chicken, that sort of thing. So with all of that, that kind of summarizes some of the things that Fish has been up to. And again, we're continuing to provide services to the community. There's a lot of great nonprofits here, and we're all working together to try and make a bigger impact. Because after all, it is our community as well as yours. Another important thing that I want to make sure that people are aware of is that if you ever want to see what's going on at Fish, if you're looking for if it's new news to you that we have an entire complex here in Carson City and you would like to see it firsthand, I'm happy to provide tours of the facility so you can better see what's going on behind the scenes. We're also on a regular basis looking for volunteers. We probably have about 100 volunteers that help us day in and day out. Typically we're looking for people to volunteer up to 4 hours a week, 4 hours a month, 4 hours a day to try and help us fill in a shift. And again, it could be at the thrift store, it could be at the dining room helping to prepare meals, it could be in the food bank. It could be someone who's helping us with special projects, fundraising activities and dinners and events of that sort. And probably one of the most important things we've got going on is that Dr. Baggett's done a great job of helping us at the Ross Clinic, but he is feeling his age, and we need some other physicians to stand up to be able to continue to provide the services at the Ross Clinic. So anyone in the medical field, whether it's a physician's assistant, an actual physician, nurses, nurse practitioners, those folks will all very much help us, because we've got many more people and many more patients that would like to be seen than what we can see with our current staff. So again, we're doing what we can to coordinate our activities throughout the community, trying to maintain and take care of all the needs that are going on. But we, on a regular basis, need help from the community. And it's one of the great things about Fish is that we rely on the community, we're a part of the community, as opposed to relying on the federal government to provide us with bureaucratic grants and things of that sort. And that way we think that we keep our ear to the community that much better. The only other thing outside of services is, as I'd mentioned earlier, our thrift stores do provide 45% of the income that we need to be able to run Fish. And so your donations of lightly used furniture and clothing and household goods, appliances, even vehicles, all those things we can turn into cash and then use that money to be able to feed and provide nutrition for people as well as medical treatment. So all those items are also very, very important to us. And hopefully you've noticed over the last several years that the thrift store is much better organized. We're not quite where we want to be, but we're making great strides where you can find things much better. It's a much easier, more enjoyable shopping experience. And so whether you're donating or purchasing some things that other people have donated so that you can save some money, that still generates some money for us at Fish. And again, if you have an interest in seeing more what's going on at Fish, come by. We'll talk to you about volunteer opportunities if you're interested, or if not, we'll just provide you a tour so you can see all the different facets and get a better understanding of how we serve our city. Thank you again for your time, and look forward to the next time we get together. Bye now.